to be talking about the Rev today. We're going to be talking about vibration training, how you're utilizing it, how you've been utilizing the power play for a while now, and then how we've transitioned into you utilizing the new product, the Rev, especially because it ties into what you do so well. So if you wouldn't mind telling our audience just a little bit about who you are and what you do, which then will lead us into why you use power play and why it's such a great tool for you.
Absolutely. So I'm David Acevedo. I run the channel Epic MTB. So it's Epic Mountain Biking. So I do a lot of enduro riding, downhill riding, which is pretty gnarly riding, I'll say. It's high risk. Certainly recovery is key. Training for it is key. Pretty much do that, content creation. So I'm always filming, writing, just getting ready and working out. So it's always preparing for that and just getting my body to the next level. So writing for me, it's absolutely the main thing I focus on. So having tools like the power plate, which we'll continue to talk about it, has been key. My performance, my recovery, getting stronger, getting better at it. It's just pretty awesome. But yeah, that's pretty much in a nutshell. I'm just riding bikes, having fun on mountains where I'm suffering climbing and just enjoying the ride down. That's pretty much it.
I love how you say I'm just riding bikes, because then after we talked and I went back and I researched some of the trails, I was like, no, you're riding down the side of mountains. We're talking, when you say high risk, you guys, we're talking boulders. These are not just trails that I'm riding. This is like X game athlete stuff.
There's a lot of fun. There's a lot of fun in it, for sure. But they're risky, for sure.
Yeah. So how did you originally come across power play? When did that become a part of your training regimen? Let's go there first.
I used it, so I got hurt pretty much in my back, my low back. I got hurt. I was doing some workouts and stuff, and I messed it up. I went to a chiropractor, and they had it. So I was like, well, I needed to jump on it for before I get my stretches. I had to go on the power plate and move and just get on it. So I was like, well, this machine is pretty interesting. Every time I jumped on it, I feel pretty good after that. And I was like, okay, I need to figure it out. So fast forward, they had it at the gym I usually go to, which is Lifetime. I go to the gym every day, and I'm just warming up on it and cooling down. But I was just standing on it for a second and not doing anything else. Not much purpose around it. And I started using the workouts inside of the machine on the Move. And I'm sorry, I'm not sure if it's a Move. It's just a big one they have at the gym. But I started using it more. There you go. So I started using it a lot because I was suffering with low back pain, knee pain. My wrist was hurting. Everything was hurting. Obviously, I was riding pretty hard out there. Then I had a major crash on my bike where I crashed over I think it was a jump over 20, 30 feet. And I crashed pretty bad. And I was like, okay, I need to figure out a way to recover myself a little faster and not just break the bank going to prior fractures or surgeries or anything like that. So I went through this journey of just literally using the power plate to work out, to warm up, to do all my pretty much my routine there. And from there on, it was like, whoa, this is life changing. My pain faded away. My sciatica pain was super low compared to what it was before. So it was okay, this is just insane. And then the other thing I discovered is I started racing. And obviously when we're racing enduro, you're out there for maybe an entire day or maybe 2 days. And you're just completely spent. Monday comes up, and you're like, okay, I have no energy, but I just want to make it to the gym. For me, one of the things I discovered is that I could just recover way faster than most of my peers. So it was just amazing, how quickly I can recover and just feel better and feel more relaxed after a super rough weekend of riding and just get through my week if nothing happened.
Yeah, I love, because you said a few things before you hopped on here. I said, you guys, power play and their products, I said, this is going to sound really like an overstatement. I said, but they will change your life. And you literally said it's life-changing.
It is, for sure.
Vibration, whole body vibration is something that you've got to experience. And I want to, your experience started with the power plate, and then we came out with this new product. And I say we came out it's just like saying Taylor Swift was an overnight sensation. No, she spent years building it. We spent years building the Rev, researching it to really ensure that it was going to be something that was going to be impactful. You know, when you spend 20 years in the market being the gold standard as power plate is, we have to make sure that we were giving something that would be useful. So, you know, you were using the power plate to build your body back up, but I love that it translated into all these other pieces of your workout. So the Rev itself then, just to give people some explanation, that you've been using, you actually have one at home, as do I.
Oh, yeah.
Thrilled. But the pedals vibrate. So all the things that we, you know, were anticipating would happen because of what power plate does, the fact that we can, you know, improve the building of bone density, we can improve muscle, we can reconnect to the brain, to the body, we can work out in a far shorter amount of time. We can do things like you talked about, rehabbing your body, getting you back from injured states very quickly, because we're talking about massive amounts of blood circulation, and you felt good. Like vibration feels good when it's the right kind of vibration. People get freaked out because I'm sure you've heard this. They're like, oh, that's the shaky machine. How do you put a baby to sleep?
Yeah,
You bounce it, you vibrate it. Humans love vibration. The key is that it has to be harmonic, which is exactly what the power plate is, and is what we translated into the Rev, into the pedals. So you being this enduro rider, subjecting yourselves to large amounts of vibration, specifically on a bike, my goodness, this translates entirely to this idea that now we're going to simulate the actual training environment that you have, and hopefully make some improvements. And we already have some questions down here that we're going to get to, I promised, Power Plate Spain. So you guys, the Rev does send vibration up through the pedals. That's going to do two main things. And I know David's going to be able to speak to this. Oh, hi, balloon celebration.
Awesome.
Yay. I don't know what that's all about, Instagram. But two main things. Number one, massive improvements in mechanical power in your cycling muscles. Boom. You got to get stronger. You got to be stronger in the cycling muscles to be able to compete at that high level. Number two, massive improvements in our metabolic power. And I'm talking in as short as like 4 weeks. Some of the studies showed improvements in VO2, VCO2, all of your main metabolic markers in 4 weeks. And it's a 7-minute, 40-second ride. Who is riding for that short a time and seeing results? No one.
Yep.
That's not happening on any other bike out there. And it's because of the vibration. So tell me how you started incorporating the Rev into your routine, and then what kinds of things you saw as a result.
Well, main thing was like when I jumped on it, it was pretty wild, because what you're mentioning is when you're pedaling, it vibrates, right? And it's like, whoa. So I'm used to the vibration already on the power plate move, and I've been just working with other areas in my body, but nothing like I'm pedaling and having that vibration going. This is kind of a similar feeling I get on the trail. So when I'm doing a lot of the rock gardens, I'm going through really rough terrain. That's the same feeling, but it's a different setup. So I'm pretty much having that same setup now at home. So my main experience was, this is just insane. I can get a much harder workout in way less time, and I feel the outcome is just amazing. So I go to the trails, I feel way more powerful as I'm just adapted to that vibration when I'm pedaling through. So I can definitely put in a lot more work in way less time and just feel so much more prepared for racing, for any kind of riding I'm doing out there. So yeah, it's been mind blowing for sure. Because it was, again, I'm just expecting to like get my levels up, and it's like, all right, I'm gonna put it on the hardest level. And I'm like 30 seconds, and I'm like, whoa, this is pretty intense. So it's really
coming from someone who does this professionally.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. Like you just get on it, and it's like, wow. It just feels, that it's just utilizing every part of your legs. Let's just think about legs, right? Where I'm pushing down and pushing that pedal really hard. You feel every part of it. Like, it's insane. And then obviously, I'm combining with the other tools as well. It's just life changing for sure. My training is way better. I can get to work out so much in a faster setup. So I can do, let's say, 15 minutes maybe, and that's pretty much enough. I go to the tail, so I'm like, whoa, seems like I did 2 hours of training, but I'm like really just doing way less time, but it's just so effective.
Yeah, so I guess that would translate then into several things, meaning like you wouldn't be as fatigued going into your next session because you didn't have to spend 45 minutes or an hour and a half riding to try to achieve those same results cardiovascularly and mechanically for those cycle legs.
That's correct. Also, other thing that I noticed big time, and I just felt it right away. It's like if I jump for 5 minutes on the power plate rep, I go on it, and 5 minutes I'm ready for the trails. So I got the trails pretty close to my house, and I can go for a ride. And usually, it actually takes me quite a while to just warm up and feel in the zone. So I've actually tried it, and it's like this is just insane that I can warm up way faster, and I can just go to the trails, and I'm ready to go. Like I don't have to like warm up so much and just get a bunch of laps in to just get in the zone. I can literally just go on. It's like perfect. I'm out. I'm ready. Let's just go for a good ride right away.
I love hearing that because that means, you're feeling the science in action. So typically the body physiologically would take 14, maybe even up to 20 minutes to warm up.
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking about whether you're getting on, your bike and riding, or if you're at the gym, a stationary bike or an upright bike, that's a significant amount of time, 14 to 20 minutes. That's for your brain, your body, your cardiovascular system, everything to be ready and warm. And the science shows us that you can achieve those same physiological warm-up capabilities, both neurologically, your cardiovascular system, and all of the, blood circulation in like 5 minutes. So when you talk about being able to get out there, whether it's because your time is precious and you don't have time to maybe spend 20 minutes, or if you're just thinking, man, I've got a really heavy load of work to do this week. Like I've got to ride 6 miles on Tuesday, 12 miles on Wednesday, 20 miles. Like you've got to find ways to cut down the amount of training time you're spending, but still get the same results.
Absolutely. Yep. It's pretty amazing. Like when you definitely train on it and you feel that difference of, because I've jumped always on the normal indoor cycling bike, right? It's like, oh, that's fine. You just put the level and just keep going for 30 minutes and you kind of bore out there. This one, it's not the same feeling. Plus, if you want to use your phone, the vibration will probably let you do it that well. So you're really just pushing through it and you just focus on. So I usually go on, let's say 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, or maybe 15 seconds off, and I just go as fast as I can. And for example, when I'm doing a race or when I'm doing a stage that I want to go as fast as I can, I'm usually pushing to my max. But at that point, I'm probably worn out. So having tools like this has been helping me to just understand that I can keep going and without having that, for example, not having cramps. That's like insane. Obviously, there's a lot of things around that, but like being able to get all those muscles like work so good, I've been able to just, again, reduce them. I don't even feel them. Like I don't know what's actually getting that. Well, maybe if I go 11,000 feet and I keep climbing up, I might feel a little bit of pain there. But other than that, it's amazing. It's amazing the stamina and the endurance I've been able to get out of all these tools overall,
Yeah, I love hearing that. And one of the studios, PowerPlay Studios that's on here asked, do you use both a combination of the move and the rev, or are you getting on the rev cold and warming up? What does your typical warm up look like?
So it depends. So if I'm doing like a workout, like just weightlifting, I just usually go on the move because I like to like get my body all around, and then I just bounce back and forth. So I just go to the ref. I do potentially 5 to 7 minutes, come back, do the other part of the routine, and that's usually how I do it. Now, if I'm going for a ride and it's like usually a lunch ride, I need to go quick, I just go, and if I got the time, I just jump on it, 5, maybe 10 minutes. And there's sometimes I'm just going to keep going. I feel really good on it. But usually do 5 minutes and then just jump out to the trail. So that way I'm just pretty much ready for it. But so usually depends. I really utilize both a lot. So it's just like the move is certainly to help me out, just to like get my entire body, just going. And then that rev, it's just like to get all that pumping going. I mean, it's pretty wild when you go out there on the trails and you start pedaling. You just feel the blood just literally just pumping through your legs, like all that pain. It's like I've been able to reduce that, and it's just like, whoa, this is really good.
Yeah. You know, so much of the science that we know surrounds the power plate was translated to the Rev when we started having outside sources do, particularly we worked with Greenwich for a long period of time and had them validate all of the studies. But exactly what you're saying, this amount of blood flow and the amount of muscle fiber recruitment that we can get is just insane. And we're talking about really short bursts. So I know people get freaked out like, oh, can you just hop on the Rev and start, you know, people who are like, can I really use this as a warm up? Absolutely. We're talking about getting on there, pedaling from a cold state for, you know, a minute or two, turn on that vibration, go for 15 seconds as hard as you can, turn the vibration off. Already you're going to feel massive muscle fiber recruitment. In fact, the most I think impactful study or ride, and I know that you've done this one, David, is the one that we consider kind of our gold standard ride. Like everyone can do this. You're going to warm up for 2 minutes at whatever level of just regular resistance when you think about a bike on the Rev, so no vibration. You're going to do 20 seconds max effort, vibration on, like bang it out like you said. Then recover for a minute or two, whatever you need to feel recovered. Do it again. So a second round, 20 seconds, max effort, vibration on, turn it off, and then cool down for 2 minutes. So that comes out to about 7.5 minutes. That's it. That's all you need. 2 20-second bouts of vibration is kind of what you're talking about. And you're going to have over 140% more muscle activation than you would in a normal, like regular 30-minute cycling ride. So that's the feeling that you're explaining to the audience here, which is just so incredible. And the blood circulation, how you said, you know, you don't feel that same pain because it's your body's able to metabolically work so much more efficiently.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, it's even to the point that it's like, man, can I take this bike to the trails? You know, like when I'm going for a ride, used to have to go and pedal quite a bit if I'm going away. And it's like, it's amazing. It's amazing when you feel it. It's just, yeah, it's mind blowing, you know, that you can certainly get there so much quicker that compared to just getting a regular ride, pretty much.
Yeah. So coming at this from the athlete angle, obviously you're talking about how it's helping you. Thinking about, because I know that you also are an avid gym goer and you use the plate and you use bikes there, because you and I talked about that as well. I'm actually at the gym, and we won't say any names, that you and I both are members of, and where I work, and I'm so happy because they have a very great relationship with PowerPlate and have all PowerPlates there. But when you think about, you know, how well you know the Rev works as a tool, what types of things do you see this translating in when you're at the gym and you're working with all of the members there? And I know you do small groups and a couple of things like that. How do you see that translation happening? Well, how for the Rev itself?
Well, for the Rev itself, I mean, it's just, you meaning like for me training on it and
Yeah,
what's
like
my performance?
if it's in a gym, would you use it at the gym? You know,
Oh,
you have one in your
absolutely.
home.
Yes. So if that, absolutely. 100% I'll be using it, and I'll be recommending it to everyone. Because again, I'm usually if I go to the gym and I couldn't do the Rev, I'm just on the Stairmaster, anything like that, right? I'm like just there for, 5-10 minutes to actually get in that zone. It's like, it actually takes me longer. It's like 10-15 minutes to really get in a warm state where I can go and do any kind of exercises. Having the Rev at the gym, for example, that'll be incredible, because I'll be able to just get a quick workout in, just warm up really fast, combined with the weights or anything else I'm doing, and then just probably even just jump back at it and just finish up my workout on it. And obviously with way less time, instead of spending an hour, I can just probably spend 40 minutes or maybe 35 minutes to get it all done.
Yeah. Yeah. I just want, it's one thing, because I'm sure that there are probably some athletes on here, but I'm sure that the general public is like, well, I'm not riding, the trails that David's riding, so is this a tool I would want to use? And I think what you're saying is yes, and I see some people saying in the comments yes. And I also want, if there are, studios on here, or if there are trainers on here, to start thinking about like, how could this be a tool they use? Because something I always tell them about power play is it's not if you're going to use it, it's simply how. Because every human needs to be using a power play. And in my opinion, every human needs to be using a rev. When we talk about what you can achieve, not just mechanically for those cycle muscles, but metabolically in a really short period of time, everyone in this world needs to probably improve their A1C, their VO2, their VCO2, all those metabolic markers. And, a lot of those people they can't sustain maybe a high HIIT workout or 60 minutes of cardio. They're a beginning exerciser. Maybe they just don't like exercising. They're rehabbing. This could be that shortcut because the rev can cut the time down so much. And it sounds like you're saying absolutely, like in that gym setting, you feel like you would use it, but you feel like other people would be using it too.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. And what you spend their time, like just being able to jump on it and get a super quick workout, but as effective as a super long workout, I feel that right there, it's just key. For me, I'll be absolutely on it the entire time because, again, if you jump on it and you get that feeling of and sensation of, hey, I'm actually working out really good and I'm warmed up way faster. I'm actually getting pretty much, done by the end of this short workout. Yeah. It feels really good. And then when you recover, it's a way faster recovery too. So that's something I've been feeling like I can jump on it, get a quick workout. I'm completely spent when I finish, right? It's like, oh my gosh, I cannot even breathe that much. But then it's like, whoa, okay, I'm back. I feel good. I'm ready for it again.
As I always say, I'm not wrecked. I'm not wrecked the next day.
Exactly. It's not like a long class when you go on it or a HIIT class, for example, and you're completely done. By the end of the hour, you're done. There's no way to do anything else. But on this one, it's absolutely it's a game changer. It's just like you just jump on it real quick and just get it done, and you're ready for the next step. That's, for example, me just saying, well, I'm going to go and warm up for 5 minutes, go to the trail. And then I'm on the trails for like 2-3 hours, riding. So if I were to be like, that's actually really cool. Like I haven't even that at home where you can do a quick lap, a lunch, for example, to work from home or you're trying to get the kids to school or anything like that. You can do a quick workout in the morning or in the evening. It doesn't take you an entire hour. You can just do 20 minutes, 7 minutes. Like you just go little by little progressing to that next level. Yeah. And not working that extremely hard, but still, with effective workout, I feel. Yeah. That's what the rev does for sure.
Yeah. A couple of things popped up as you were talking that I want to make sure that that we emphasize. And the first one is that they are short bursts, that the rev is really meant to be, hit or re-hit. So we're talking you mentioned, and some people may not know the terminology, you're like 30 seconds on, 30 off, or 15. That's exactly what we're talking about. We're talking about riding for 20 seconds and then you take 30 seconds off, 20 seconds, take 30 seconds off. They're short bursts. You're not just riding for 20 minutes with vibration on. I'm here to tell you, you won't make it. David will probably tell you won't make it. And that's not how we can best utilize the science, that it really is those short bursts. Second, I know neither one of us mentioned this, and shame on us, it's self-powered. I saw
I was just thinking about that.
Someone popped up in the comments and they were like, well, how does it vibrate compared to the move? So the power plates are set that there's an engine, a motor under there that's causing the vibration so that they move harmonically at a certain intensity, 30 times a second, 35 times a second. With the rev, you're pedaling. So David determines how intense it's going to be by how fast he pedals. And that's what translates into the vibration, because the gear shaft is going around a bumpy little gear, which is causing the vibration in those pedals, that harmonic vibration. So it's self-powered is the answer. So, you can create the intensity, like you said, based on the workout you want to do, the warm-up you want to do. It also means we don't need electricity.
Yep. So you can set it up anywhere, any place in your house, and just get it going.
We're going to see David driving around Texas with his rev in like the back of his truck. Like,
I'm gonna take it one of these days. I'm gonna take it to the trails and showcase it.
We'll see David at the bottom of the trail. Yeah, and everyone's like, "What is happening?" You're not moving, David. Yeah, so it's
No,
self
it
powered.
it's really good that it's self-powered too, because I can just move it around. I don't have to worry about, oh, I have to set it up here because that's the only, power I have or a power outlet. I can just move it around in my garage. I can put it inside the house if it's super chilly in the garage. I can just move it around, and it's just super easy to move too. So that's right there. It's key for sure. I'm glad that we kind of almost forget to mention that, but absolutely, absolutely. I think
Yeah,
I see in the
it's a
comments too. It's oh
pretty crucial
yeah.
piece that we were forgetting.
100%. I think somebody also asked if it's good for runners. I will say absolutely. So what I'm doing, for example, any of the pretty much I'm going to the trails and hiking. Sometimes I'm setting up the cameras, so I'm hiking back and just going back and forth. So I'm riding down the bike, but I'm usually just hiking up. Usually when I warm up, I feel the pain going through. I'm not I'm not ready for it. Let's say. But when I jump on it, I can say, I can absolutely confirm it will get your leg pretty well active. Like you're ready for it.
Yeah,
And pretty much your entire system is ready to go, I'll say.
yeah. I do want to point out, kind of going back to what you said, when you're sometimes using a combination, sometimes you're using just the Rev. You guys, if you don't already have the Power Plate app, it's free. Download it. You can check out some of the Rev only workouts that are written in there. You can, if you have a Rev, you can do a workout with me. Hopefully, eventually, we'll see if I get in trouble for saying this, but I'm hoping that eventually maybe they can do some workouts with us. I'm going to just drop that out there into the universe and see what PowerPlate says, because I would love for you and I to be able to get on here and do a workout together on our revs in our respective
Yeah, that'll be super
places.
awesome.
But the PowerPlate app also has Rev PowerPlate combo workouts, so you can see how you can utilize the two of them together. Because like you said, you're using all the tools. You're using the PowerPlate. You're using the Rev. You're using all of the TVPs too, right? Your pulse,
The pulse, yeah, I'm using the
massage
pulse,
gun.
yeah. That's another one too with vibration, right? All the massage guns and everything's going out there in the market. It's like this one is just like so convenient. I'm just any trip I'm getting, usually I'm going downhill, so my forearms will get destroyed. That's right there. Like I can warm them up really good, but also help myself just recover when I'm on a bike trip. So
Yeah, put that
and I've
fork,
been putting it to test.
that little fork
Oh my gosh,
attachment
yeah, it's amazing.
for the
It's amazing.
forearms.
And that one is
Yeah.
absolutely key for recovery as well. Yeah, I mean, I will say, from my perspective, when I started using the power plate move, no, the power plate tool, sorry, it was pretty much to help myself recover, like just feeling like, hey, I'm feeling good. I didn't know exactly the technology behind, right? I was just like, my low back pain is killing me. I need to get better. I want to keep riding. I want to get better as an athlete. And how do I do that? Using tools like this one, right? I just kept going, and pretty soon I'm like, okay, this is absolutely key. I found something that is really helping me out, and it's just amazing. And then with all the other added tools, it's like, okay, this is just absolutely game changer, right?
Yeah, we've got the whole suite. And in fact, I'm going to go so far as to tell our audience what I tell all my clients, that soreness is not an indication, or aches and pains of a good workout. It's an indication of a poor recovery. We
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't be sore. We shouldn't
Yep.
have aches and
Yep.
pain. It means you're doing something wrong. And when you have tools like PowerPlate, the Rev, the Pulse, the Mini Plus, the Roller, the Dual Sphere, all these things that we have, there's just no reason to wake up and hurt, because we can
Mm-hmm.
fix that. We can fix that with these tools. So I love that you're stressing the original way you found PowerPlate was simply because of recovery, because we
Yep.
shouldn't live
Yep.
life like that. You can have a better quality of life by utilizing these tools. So
Absolutely.
it's awesome that you said that. I would love for you to talk to our audience a little bit about some stuff you've got, like what you've got coming up in the future. What kind of competition have you got signed up? Where are you headed next? What can we be looking for to see on your IG, as far as what are you training for? What's happening in the next couple of months?
So right now I'm pretty much focused on the Texas area for I'm just pretty much preparing. I'm thinking of doing more national based racing. So that's hopefully taking place in next year. Early next year, pretty much January 6th is a month away. I'm going to be working with one of the downhill parks here in Texas where I'm possibly helping out host one of the races, but also like race on it as well and get other people join me just to be the first experience, which I'm going to show him my training routine. What do I do to prepare for it? Obviously, the tools I'm using to recover as well and train, which is the power plates. Yeah, pretty much just focus right now on just getting, stronger, getting better at my riding for sure. And just hopefully for next year, just get a couple of good races out there.
Good. That's exciting. So what I want everybody to do is, again, will you tell them your Instagram handle? Because I want everyone to go follow you so they can be watching how you use PowerPlate in your daily routine, because I'm here to tell you guys he posts stuff both on his stories and posts in his feed. You can see David actually using these tools in the way that he uses them authentically. So give them that info.
Yeah, it's Epic MTB SATX. SATX is for San Antonio, Texas. Epic mountain biking, let's say. So it's Epic MTB. That's on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, everywhere. And yeah, you'll see there all the combinations I do, the things I work a lot. At the gym, for example, is to help me with riding. And currently I translate all of that with, working with the ref, working with the power plates. It's absolutely, something I just keep posting out there to just let people know. I feel like if I get good information, if I get something that helps me, why not to share it with others that can absolutely get better as well? If you're suffering with back pain, knee pain, I got friends that get hurt on the bikes as well. We all get hurt, it's normal. I'm always like, if there's something like that happening, which I have a buddy of mine that he got his wrist fracture, I'm going to try to get him on the power plate to see how his recovery gets, and hopefully it'll be way better for him to like get in that zone again and go for a good ride. So yeah, definitely follow along and enjoy the trip for sure. We're always, I'm always riding out there having fun, and apparently it doesn't happen with just sitting on the couch. I got to be ready for a sure train. And also I want to be on the couch a lot of times, but it's like I need to recover properly. So certainly using the tools is amazing.
Well, before we leave, everybody, I do want just to give a huge thank you to you for joining us tonight, and remind everybody, make sure you're following this channel, PowerPlate USA, because we do a lot of stuff in conjunction with David, in conjunction with myself and our other master trainers. We've got this Friday, actually, I am leading a Rev session for an education session. So if anybody is interested, you can sign up for that. It's free. It's free. And you can learn more about the Rev in depth. I know, I'm like, free, people, free. But it's going to be Rev education. It's just 1 hour. It's this Friday at 12 Eastern time. I would love to see you guys there. I'll also be posting about it on my own Instagram, Laura Wilson Fit. So you've got PowerPlate USA, you've got Epic, and you've got Laura Wilson Fit that you want to follow, so you can find all of the PowerPlate information you want and need. And hopefully we'll be seeing everybody back here soon, because you and I will, fingers crossed, get to do another live.
Let's get it. Absolutely.